You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we are. It's still Girl Scout cookie season, and I challenge you to buy the Girl Scout cookies and give them to the Girl Scout and her family to eat. Well, today I had a great opportunity. I pulled up, and I could tell all was not well in Girl Scout cookie land. I pulled up on my thin blue line bicycle, my electric bicycle. Boy, Satan was fighting me riding that bicycle. That's sometimes why God has me preach like that, because I got to talk you all down so we can get about our Father's business. So I pulled up and I said, they tried to sell me cookies, and I said, "Well, do you take cash only?" And she said, "Yeah." They said it kind of. The mother said it kind of discouraged, and I'm thinking, okay, they're not doing too well. So I had the cashier line me up with some cash withdrawal. And I went out, and God's like, "You're going to spend $10 and you're going to buy 2 boxes of cookies." So I go outside and I said, "What's your favorite cookie?" And she said, "I like these lemon things here." I said, "Do you have any brothers and sisters or sisters?" And she said, "Yeah, I have 2 brothers." I said, "What are they like?" And I knew the one wanted the samosas. I could feel that. And she said, "Yeah, the samosas." And then she pointed to one of the other ones. I said, "Well, give me all 3 of those. And what's that going to cost?" They're like $15. And Satan's there going, "You said you were only going to spend 10. God said it would only be 10. So I'm like, "Yeah, well, I know God. And he likes it when I take the initiative and spend 15 instead of 10. So I said, "The only problem is I don't eat cookies, and you and your family have to eat these cookies." And this was the best response. Now, the other girl couldn't comprehend it. The last one, I think she was Korean, and she was like, "No, you have to take the cookies." But this girl, she just dropped her jaw. She was like, a classic kid response. Like, "Oh my God." So that was a good one. So I challenge you to buy the Girl Scout cookies that the Girl Scout and her sisters and or brothers enjoy, and then leave the cookies for them. And that is always a good way to help them understand charity and wellness within our world is gift giving and whatnot. Because believe it or not, some people don't get too much of that in their life. And living where I live, it's very interesting to see the lives that they live. And then, you know, the amount of politeness and cross racial acceptance that the children here in Tyler, Texas, where I live, exhibit is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It takes me back to some of my earlier military days where we wouldn't even think of racial things. I mean, it was out there, but you were shocked if somebody brought up race or thought about race. We never did. And coming from Philadelphia, it was great. Unfortunately, you know, in my later years, I don't know if those places were as accepting, but I never lost the first 10 years of my life and the way we lived, the way we accepted one another, and that happened throughout my life on and off. And here it's exhibiting itself again. The children here are just amazing. As far as me being just some white guy, and they don't see just this white guy. They see a person and they treat that person with respect, regardless of who I am. So that's something that I haven't seen much of in the last 15 to 20 years, and it's very 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 enlightening and very very welcome. And there was a word Satan took from my mind. That's who takes it. I hope you know that. When you lose the word, Satan stole your thought. That's actually what's going on. That's real. He's blinding your mind. An eye opener, I guess. Very telling. That was what I was looking for. Usually, if I snitch on Satan, something will fix it. So it's very, very telling of the people, at least that live where I live, that they're raising their children in such a well manner. A lot of times, people that are millennials will brag about being not being racist, but they're still racist. I mean, it's a scam, it's a show, it's Hollywood. But these children here are very, very well, and I'm just very shocked at their wellness, quite frankly, because I haven't seen it. Being around people and children that show very little to no respect for others over the years has kind of caused me to believe that that's all that's left. But these children are well and have been witnessed well. Well, praise God in all that you do. And remember to buy some cookies for the Girl Scouts and their families. And praise God.
You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.